Welcome to Blair Field in Long Beach for Game 2 of this weekend series between the Long Beach State Dirtbags and the UC Davis Aggies. I'm Bruce Kuntz, and you're listening to 22 West Radio. Thanks for joining us here on this Saturday night. The first game in the series was a 15-inning marathon last night. The Aggies ultimately prevailed 1-0 in a penultimate pitching duel. The Dirtbags offense could only muster 8 hits through those 15 frames. The Aggies weren't much better at 10. This series is between the 7th and 8th place teams in the Big West, with the Aggies being one spot above Long Beach in the standings. If the season ended today, neither of these two teams would make the Big West tournament, as there's only going to be 5 seeds that go to Fullerton for that tournament at the end of the month. But each game is a chance for these squads to start a late run and try to turn around their seasons here before that tournament gets underway. The Aggies will look to clinch a huge road series victory today and potentially go for a sweep tomorrow if they can get the win tonight. We've got clouds covering Blair Field as the Dirtbags have taken the field. Owen Geis is their starter tonight. The right-hander will pitch and try to match what was an excellent pitching performance from this staff last night. 15 innings, and the Dirtbags only needed 2 pitchers to do it. It was their ace, Kellen Montgomery, who started things off on the mound. Montgomery got through 7 innings, allowed 7 hits and 0 runs. And then after Montgomery, it was Albert Robles, who has been such a stud down the stretch this season for the Dirtbags. Robles came out of the bullpen through 8 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, and 11 strikeouts. It's a tough loss for Robles to get tagged with, as he was excellent throwing 117 pitches. But the Dirtbags still lost 1-0, so the offense will look to get back on track here tonight. Owen Geis, the man on the mound for the Dirtbags, making his 9th start of the season. The sophomore has a 4.82 ERA. Can take you through the defense behind him. Connor Stewart in the squad as the battery mate. Corner infield is Trotter Enright at third base, Connor Sharpio at first. Up the middle, Nathan Cadena at shortstop and Easton Elliott at second. Outfield left to right, Matt Toomey, Alex Champagne, and Kyle Ashworth. The leadoff man for UC Davis stepping in now is Tyler Howard. Howard batting .250 so far this season. The sophomore with a .370 on base. Digging into the right-handed batter's box. Owen Geis, the righty on the mound, goes out of the windup, and we're underway with a strike. Tyler Howard, the right fielder for UC Davis, leading off this top of the first inning. Dirtbags wearing their black jerseys, Long Beach across the front. 0-1 pitch, missed just low. This uniform combination for the Dirtbags does not feature any gold, so it's just black and white. Long Beach across the front, white pants with a black trim down the side, and black caps. 1-1 in there for a strike. Sinker at the knees. Nice pitch from Geis. Makes the count 1-2. For the Aggies, they're in navy blue tops. Aggies across the chest in white. Gray pants with a navy blue stripe down the side. 1-2 pitch from Geis. Checked his swing on a slider. The appeal is unsuccessful, so Howard lays off there and evens the count 2-2. Geis back to work. 2-2 pitch, tapped foul. Howard got one off the outside corner that he just got a piece of. So it rolls back to the backstop, and he's still alive. So many runners left on base for these two squads last night as the slider just missed inside. Guys tried to go front door there, but Howard lays off. 15 runners left on for UC Davis last night. Dirtbags left on 14. It's a full count to begin this top of the first inning. Tyler Howard with the hands low down below his belt, or near his belt. Payoff pitch, tapped foul. Pulled a slider over towards the Dirtbag dugout. Owen Geis trying to put away Tyler Howard to get this game started. Another payoff pitch, sinker right on the outside corner. Howard takes it, does not like the call, but nonetheless he's rung up by Gary Gilman behind the plate. Owen Geis with a long strikeout to get this top of the first underway. Up next is the center fielder for UC Davis. Mark Wolbert steps in. Left-handed hitting senior is batting .248 this season. right on left matchup. One out, nobody on in the top of the first. First pitch sinker lifted out into short center field. Cadena ranging back into the grass. He's underneath and makes the catch as his momentum was still taking him back behind Alex Champagne out there. Cadena makes the play for the Dirtbags. 2 outs, nobody on now for the Aggies. First pitch pop out for Geis. Big one there after it was a very long first at-bat of the game. So Geis now with 9 pitches through those first 2 outs. 8 of them were to the leadoff man, Tyler Howard. Braden Woldridge steps in now. First pitch from Geis goes to the backstop as it was in the dirt. Woldridge batting .320 is the only Aggie up above 300. Left-handed hitting left fielder with a very open stance. That right foot tapping on the ground as the pitch comes home and is at the knees for a strike. Count 1-1. Owen Geis has that big bowling ball sinker that he prefers to use, especially against these left-handed hitters. There's another one tapped on the ground up the middle. Cadena ranges over and makes the play. His throw to first and plenty of time to get Woldridge. So it's a 1-2-3 first inning for Owen Geis. Takes only 12 pitches to do it. Dirtbags continuing to throw well after the series opener last night. We're going to the bottom of the first, still scoreless here on 22 West Radio. Bottom of the first inning about to get started. It's senior weekend for the Dirtbags as they're looking to even the series at 1 game apiece here tonight. Take you through the Long Beach State starting lineup. Kyle Ashworth leading off, playing right field. Armando Briseño up in the 2 spot, DHing tonight. Alex Champagne bats third, playing center field. Connor Sharpio in the cleanup spot, playing first base. Matt Toomey moves up to 5 in the order, playing left field. Nathan Cadena slides down to 6. Was a tough night for him last night. 0 for 7, was batting third, but now in the 6th spot tonight. Easton Elliott plays second base and bats 7th. Connor Stewart in the squat and batting 8th. And then Trotter Enright, the true freshman, playing third base, rounds out the lineup. For UC Davis, their starter, Ned Frucci, the freshman right-hander, comes in with a 4.46 ERA, 1-3 record, and 11 appearances and 8 starts. UC Davis just completing their warm-ups, can take you through the defense behind Frucci. The catcher is Evan Gentile. First base, Houston Hirschkorn. Third base is Ryan Lee. Then up the middle, they've got Alex Gavea at shortstop and Nick Leahy at second base. Outfield left to right, Braden Woldridge, Mark Wolbert, and Tyler Howard. Kyle Ashworth digging in to get this bottom of the first underway. Still no score between the Dirtbags and the Aggies. Right on left matchup. First pitch comes downhill and is at the knees on the outside corner for strike 1. Scoreboard got it wrong at first, but they're corrected by Gary Gilman behind the plate. 0-1 count to Kyle Ashworth, the Dirtbags leadoff man. Next one just missed the outside corner, count 1-1. Ashworth, one of the seniors being recognized this weekend. Comes in with a .480 on-base percentage. Has been fantastic this season. Another fastball missed just below the knees. Count 2-1 to Ashworth. Pair that .480 on base with a .346 batting average. 10 doubles, 2 triples, and 2 home runs for Ashworth. 2-1 ground ball over to the left side, ranging over into the hole. The play cannot be made by Gavea at shortstop. Got the leather to it, but couldn't come up cleanly. Probably wouldn't have had a play at first base either way, as Ashworth runs well and was getting down the line. So Kyle Ashworth with an infield single to begin this bottom of the first. He's down there with nobody out for the Dirtbags. Ashworth, a decent stolen base threat, 5 for 7 on the season. Armando Briseño, the next batter for the Dirtbags, the junior infielder, DHing tonight. Missed a chunk of this season due to injury. Now he pops one up and out of play down the right side. Briseño has been able to make his way back into the Dirtbag lineup, both of these first 2 games, not in the field, but just as the DH. There was some question whether he would be able to make it back this season at all. But he's in and batting second here tonight for TJ Bruce. 0-1 pitch, ground ball right side, right off the top of the glove of the first baseman, Hirschkorn. He flips over to the bag, and he has him. Armando Briseño gets beat by a step. Nice job by Hirschkorn to still find an out there. Went to the backhand and jumped up in the air. The ball tipped right off the tip of his glove and fell down to the ground. Seemed at first that he was not going to have a play, but he's able to pick it up with the bare hand and shovel over to first base, where his pitcher, Frucci, was waiting for the ball. They just get Briseño. So Ashworth moves up to second base on the ground out, score at 3-1, and Alex Champagne will step in now with a man in scoring position. Gavea holding on Ashworth behind the bag. And the first pitch is an awkward swing and a miss. Champagne tapped it into the glove as he tried to hold up. Chased a fastball high. Dirtbags with a man on second, 1 out. Still no score in the bottom of the first inning. 0-1 from Frucci. Ashworth goes. The throw down to third base. Has him. Gentile throws out Kyle Ashworth trying to steal third base. It was a bit of a delayed jump from second, but Ashworth tries to take the bag anyway and gets gunned down by Gentile behind the plate. The pitch was a called strike, so now all of a sudden the Dirtbags go from a potential rally to 2 outs and nobody on, plus an 0-2 count to Alex Champagne. Third caught stealing of the year for Ashworth. Now one misses down in the dirt. Count 1-2 to Champagne. Ashworth was going on the second pitch of the at-bat. Did not have a jump great enough to get there. Slider misses low. The throw beat him by plenty. The only question was whether the tag would get down there in time, and it certainly did. Was not a particularly close play at third. 2-2 pitch to Champagne. Ground ball up the middle, softly hit, ranging over Leahy. Fields on the backhand. His throw on the run in time to get the speedy Champagne. Nice job by the second baseman for UC Davis. Leahy makes the play, and the Dirtbags go down. Facing the minimum, Ned Frucci able to escape the leadoff runner. Alex Champagne grounds out to end the frame. Now we're going to the second, still scoreless, here on 22 West Radio. UC Davis coming up to bat in the top of the second inning. Still no score as Nick Leahy is coming up here. Was the hero last night. His home run in the top of the 15th inning was the only score of the game for either team. Leahy hit a solo shot, his 7th time to the plate. It was his only hit in the game. First pitch from Geis in there for a strike. So Nick Leahy coming off a night in which he was the hero. Batted clean up last night, back in that same spot here today. A 1 pitch from Owen Geis. Line drive out of play down the right side. Count 0-2. Geis worked a 1-2-3 top of the first inning. 14 pitches in as he's ahead 0-2 to the UC Davis second baseman. Here's the pitch, missed up and in. Count now 1-2. Leahy comes into the game with a .270 batting average this season. Right-handed hitting senior. 1-2, grounded left side. That's going down the third baseline. Fielded in fair territory by Enright, and there's not a play at first, so he just eats it. There might have been a chance for the true freshman to let that one roll and see if it could get foul, but Enright elected to field it in fair territory. Nick Leahy has an infield single to begin this top of the second. Enright has played most of his innings this year at shortstop. Nathan Cadena has become the regular at that spot over these last couple weeks. Evan Gentile in the box now, right on right matchup. First pitch slider in for a strike from Geis. UC Davis with a man on first base and nobody out. Still no score in the top of the second. Geis does his pop-up squat. A 1 pitch, slider just missed outside. Connor Stewart stuck that one looking for the call, but he cannot get it. Gary Gilman, the home plate umpire tonight. Lee Myers at first, and David Buck, the crew chief, is at third base. Currently, Buck is positioned up the middle. 1-1, a ground ball over to Enright. He fields cleanly. His throw to second in time. The throw to first pulled Sharpio off the bag. So Gentile will be safe, but a fielder's choice gets the Dirtbags the first out of the inning. Score at 5-4-3. Doesn't get the double play, though. There's a chopper that came down and hit Enright right in the chest as it floated down from the sky. He gave a little shuffle as he threw to second base, but then Easton Elliott's delivery over to first pulled Sharpio off the base. So it's still a man at first, 1 out now in the inning for Jackson Murphy. Left-handed hitting DH. He's going to have his at-bat start after a pickoff throw from Owen Geis. Gets the opposing catcher dirty, but he's back safely. Murphy is a sophomore, batting .192 this year. Low hands in the stance as he takes ball 1. He's wearing the tight pants and about halfway up the calf, he has some stirrups poking through. Murphy taps the bat against his shoulder with his hands down near his belt. Very low positioning. Line drive right back to the glove of Geis. His throw to first in time. A double play. Owen Geis, watch your lips. But he makes the play. A line drive right back to him. And Geis has himself a double play to finish the frame. Nothing that Gentile could do at first base as Owen Geis stabbed that one out of thin air and throws over to first in time for a double play. He faces the minimum again as we're going to the bottom of the second, still scoreless here on 22 West Radio. 4, 5, 6 coming up in the order for Long Beach State here in the bottom of the second inning. A fantastic play ended the top half. Owen Geis, the starter for Long Beach, had a line drive hit right back at him, and he stabbed it out of the air and then threw to first base for a double play. So still no scores. The bottom of the second is getting underway with a right-on-right matchup. Connor Sharpio in the box to face Ned Frucci, the UC Davis starter. First pitch from Frucci at the knees for a strike. Sharpio in the cleanup spot tonight for the Dirtbags. Waggling the hands as he lifts one out into short right field. Ranging in, Howard gets underneath it and makes the catch. So Connor Sharpio flies out to right to get this bottom of the second going. Matt Toomey comes up now for the Dirtbags. The true freshman gets the second straight start in left field. He was 3 for 4 last night before he was eventually taken out of the game during that 15-inning marathon. Toomey, 3 hits, including a double. First pitch taken at the knees for a strike. So freshman versus freshman matchup here, right on left. 1 out, nobody on for the Dirtbags in the bottom of the second. Frucci pitching out of the stretch. 0-1 taken again for a strike. That was a close one there, but a good frame by Gentile behind the plate gets them the call. Oh, 2. Fouled straight back. Nice job by Toomey to elevate and foul off a fastball. Toomey so far in his true freshman season, batting .258. Has really gotten better as the year has gone on. Started to find some power in his bat as well. He stands 6'3", hailing out of Mammoth Lakes. Plenty of power there to try and rein in. Line drive down the left field line, just foul. That one had a chance to work its way into the corner if it stayed on the right side of the left field line. But instead, it's just another foul ball. Toomey still behind 0-2. To pair with his .258 batting average, Toomey slugging .376. He's got 6 doubles, a triple, and a homer. Another 0-2. Taken at the knees, and he's rung up. Toomey goes down on strikes. Frucci with a nice location there. 2 outs, nobody on for the Dirtbags. That was the first strikeout of the game for Ned Frucci. Now he'll get a right-on-right matchup against a guy who found himself struggling last night. Nathan Cadena batted third for the Dirtbags, went 0 for 7. First pitch taken low for ball 1. So a tough trip to the ballpark for Cadena in that marathon ball game. Was 0 for 7 and had a strikeout in there as well. Back in the lineup tonight, but moved down in the order a bit. He lifts one out into left field. Wooldridge ranges back, but just in front of the track, he throws on the brakes and makes the catch. Cadena caught that one just off the end of the bat, gave it a decent ride, but it goes for a fly out to left to end the inning. Going to the third, still scoreless here on 22 West Radio. Ryan Lee coming up now for UC Davis. Owen Geis allowed a hit in that top of the second inning, but still faced the minimum after his double play line out got him out of the inning. Right on right matchup to get this top of the third underway. Still no score between the Dirtbags and the Aggies. First pitch from Geis missed outside for ball 1. Ryan Lee, the junior third baseman, batting .262 this season. 1-0 taken down below the knees again for ball 2. Lee crouched way down in that right-handed batter's box, closed off stance as well, as he takes the 2-0 on the outside corner this time for a strike. He's got his knees bent and his right foot, his right toe, you could draw a line and have it be about halfway through his left foot. Yanked one outside this time for Geis, so the count is 3-1. With that closed off stance, Lee crouched down and has his hands out in front of him. Little bat waggle going. 3-1 pitch taken on the outside corner for a strike. So he hasn't swung yet, but the count is full. Payoff pitch from Owen Geis, missed outside badly. So an easy take for Ryan Lee, and he's got a leadoff walk to begin this third. Houston Hirschkorn coming up next. Right-handed hitting first baseman for UC Davis. First pitch, checked his swing, and it's a called strike on the outside corner. Hirschkorn, the freshman, batting .254 so far this season, only making his 13th start of the year today. Hirschkorn was not in the lineup for that 15-inning game last night. 0-1 pitch, checked his swing, and a slider missed just outside. The appeal unsuccessful. It looked like Stewart was asking for the appeal there while he held the pitch. He was hoping for either a called strike or a swinging strike, but the Dirtbags come up empty on both of them. 1-1, swung on and missed, delayed steal, the throw down to second in plenty of time. You cannot fool Connor Stewart, and he read that like a book. Got the man going on a delay easily, so it's now 1 out and nobody on for the Aggies. Lee gave about 2 shuffles before he took off from first base, and Connor Stewart right in rhythm, threw down to second, got him by plenty. 1-2 count now to Hirschkorn. Pitch comes home, and it's swung on and missed. Owen Geis has his second strikeout of the game, and after a leadoff walk, a caught stealing and a strikeout, has it now with 2 down and nobody on. Alex Gavea up next for the Aggies, completing this string of 3 straight right-handed batters. Gavea, the shortstop for UC Davis. .244 average on the season. He's making his 40th start of the year here tonight. First pitch sinker in for a strike. Geis has a deep arsenal on the mound. He's got that sinker that he has leaned on heavily tonight. Also mixes in a 4-seam fastball. Slider, sweeper, changeup, completing the arsenal. Ground ball over to third base on a slide. Enright throws to first, but it's up the line, and it's going to get by Sharpio. Rounding first, Guevara gets into second on a headfirst slide. Dirtbags did throw there, but not in time to get him. Would have been an absolute highlight reel play by the third baseman, Trotter Enright. Full extension dive to his left, was able to come up with the ball cleanly, but he rolled over and tried to throw from his back. The throw was not even close to first base. Sharpio gave a courteous effort, but no chance for him to knock that one out of the sky. That's the second base hit of the game for the Aggies. Neither of them have left the infield against Owen Geis. And now Tyler Howard, the leadoff man for the Aggies, comes up. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout looking. Man on second with 2 out. Still no score in the top of the third. First pitch from Geis missed outside. Howard standing way up tall in his stance. Hands still low as he taps the bat against the shoulder. 1-0 from Geis. Tapped foul right off the cup of the bat. It squirts over towards the on-deck man. Aggies, of course, in the first base dugout. Dirtbags over in the third base side. Geis looks back to second. Now comes home with the 1-1, a sinker that just missed low. Got a couple of yells from the Dirtbags fans here in attendance. 2-1 count to Tyler Howard. Guevara, the runner at second. He's off. Now the Dirtbags are going to throw behind him, but he's back standing up safely. It's Easton Elliott, the second baseman for Long Beach, who was holding him on through the open hand, and Geis stepped off the back of the rubber before pinwheeling and throwing there. Two-one pitch. Roped down the left field line and fair. That's going to bounce over to Matt Toomey and bring in a run. Tyler Howard will stop at first, happy with a single, but it brings in the first run of the ball game. It's not going to take 15 innings for the Aggies to take a 1-0 lead tonight. Here in the third, they're up by a run after an RBI single from their leadoff man, Tyler Howard. Got a hanging slider and just roped it into left field. Toomey did a nice job getting over and cutting it off to hold him to a single, but no play at home plate. Mark Wolbert comes up now with a man on first and 2 down. 1-0 lead for the Aggies. First pitch from Geis, slider, caught the back door. Nice pitch there for a called strike one. Howard, the runner at first. He's 4 for 5 on stolen base attempts. Changeup floats outside, makes the count 1-1. Tyler Howard's RBI single, the first real solid contact for a hit for the Aggies tonight. Now he goes as it's swung on and missed. Throw down from Connor Stewart to second is not in time. Howard slides in feet first as Kadena laid the tag down on his helmet. Wolbert swung over the top of a breaking ball, so the count is 1-2 to the number 2 man in the Aggies order. Right on left matchup as Geis tries to limit the damage here in the third. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Sinker grounded over to the right side. Elliott fields cleanly, his throw to first in time. So nice job by Geis to limit the damage. Aggies leave one stranded at second, but 1 run, 2 hits, and 1 error in the inning brings in the first run of the game. As we go to the bottom of the third, it's 1-0 UC Davis here on 22 West Radio. Dirtbags coming up now, looking to answer after UC Davis takes the first lead of the ball game with a run. First pitch fouled off by Easton Elliott. It's 1-0 Aggies as the bottom of the third gets underway. Elliott in the box for the first time tonight. 7, 8, and 9 due up for Long Beach as they're still looking to get their first run across. They do have a base runner. Ground ball over to the left side, fielded by the third baseman Lee. His throw to first and plenty of time to get Elliott for the first out. It is senior weekend here at Blair Field for the Dirtbags. Down the third base side, they've got the jersey numbers painted of the 7 seniors they're recognizing this weekend. Kyle Ashworth, the starting right fielder tonight, one of them. Alex Champagne, the center fielder as well. Connor Sharpio, the first baseman. Those are the 3 seniors that are in the starting lineup for the Dirtbags. Connor Stewart in the box, right-on-right matchup for the Long Beach catcher. First pitch taken outside for a ball. The remaining 4 seniors that have their jersey numbers painted. Nathan Cadena, so he is in the starting lineup as well. Cadena, Jacob Russell, the left-handed reliever. Arthur Liu, another left-handed reliever. 1-0 pitch taken for a strike. And then Alex Mikalakis, not listed on the Dirtbags roster, but he is part of the ball club. 1-1 count to Connor Stewart. Here's the pitch. Misses outside. Count 2-1. So it's 4 seniors in the starting lineup for Long Beach tonight. Once again, it's Ashworth, Champagne, Sharpio, and Cadena. 2-1 swung on and missed. Two-two pitch, missed just outside, so Stewart has worked the count full. Ned Frucci still towing the rubber for UC Davis. 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the third. His Aggies have a 1-0 lead. Payoff pitch, line drive into the netting down the right side. Count stays full. Connor Stewart, the Dirtbags catcher, batting .182 so far this season. He's split the playing time back there, making his 27th start. Efren Ortega has gotten his fair share of time behind the plate as well. Another payoff, swung on and missed. Fastball powered by him at the top of the zone, so that's the second strikeout of the game for Ned Frucci. 2 down, nobody on for the Dirtbags. Up comes Trotter Enright next. The true freshman gets the starting nod tonight at third base. Left-handed hitter in the box. First pitch missed way outside for ball 1. Enright batting .219 this season. When Armando Briseño first went down due to injury, it was Enright who got a lot of the playing time at shortstop. 1-0, taken outside again. After Enright had a bit of a rough series in Cal State Fullerton a couple of weeks back, he got moved to the bench and Nathan Cadena became the everyday shortstop. That's how it stuck ever since USC played here in a midweek. 2-0, lined into the netting behind home plate. Enright wasn't in the starting lineup last night, but came off the bench and got 6 at-bats. 2-1 taken outside. Count 3-1 now to the true freshman. It was Jake Evans who made the start. (3-1) taken outside for a walk. Got to issue a correction on myself here. Enright was in the starting lineup. Evans pinch hit for Elliott. So Enright is making his second consecutive start, and his first trip to the plate ends in a walk. So he's got representing a 2-out base runner now for the Dirtbags. Kyle Ashworth comes up with Enright down at first and 2 down. Ashworth had 3 hits last night, went 3 for 5, drew a couple of walks as well. So 5 times on base. First pitch taken just outside for ball 1. So far tonight, Ashworth 1 for 1 with a single. So it's been a good weekend for him so far. 1-0, taken for a strike. Fastball on the inner part, but caught a good part of the middle of the plate as well. Middle in as Ashworth took it. Enright 1 for 2 on stolen base attempts this year. Decent lead over there at first. Frucci comes home. Slider on the outside corner. Nice backdoor pitch for the second strike. Ashworth has a perfectly even walk to strikeout ratio this season. 32 walks and 32 strikeouts. But he's behind 1 and 2 here to Ned Frucci. The Aggie comes home. It's fouled off. Ground ball down the third base side. Ashworth fights off a fastball to stay alive. Nick Williams, the left-handed reliever for the Dirtbags, came screaming out of the dugout with some baseballs for the home plate umpire, Gary Gilman. Play was just about to resume as Williams had to run all the way into the home plate circle before Gilman noticed he was coming. Runner at first with 2 down, 1-0 lead for the Aggies in the bottom of the third. Another 1-2 pitch floated outside for ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Frucci's 2-2 popped up left side. That'll get out of play. Lee, the third baseman, gave it a look, but then didn't even cross the chalk. Still a 2-2 count to Kyle Ashworth, putting together a nice little battle here. Conservative lead at first. He stays home. 2-2 taken just inside. Nice little two-seam that didn't quite catch the corner. So the count is now full to Ashworth, and Enright will be on the move with the pitch. Hirschgorn, the UC Davis first baseman, steps behind the runner. Not going to hold him on now as he'll be on the move. Payoff pitch. Line straight back. Foul ball there again for Ashworth. Keeps the count full. Enright moving from first with 2 outs and a full count. Frucci comes downhill, another payoff. Line drive, stabbed by Lee, diving to his left. His throw to first in time. It was a hard hit ground ball by Ashworth, just bounced once or twice before it got to Lee. He dove to his left, fielded cleanly, and threw across. Heck of a play to end the inning. We're going to the fourth, 1-0 Aggies here on 22 West Radio. 1-0 Aggies as we move to the 4th inning. We're a third of the way home, and the Aggies keep the same score that they won with last night. It took them 15 innings to get there a night ago, but here as we enter the 4th, they're ahead by a run. Owen Geis still on the mound, misses with the first pitch to Braden Wooldridge. Right on left matchup, 1-0 pitch comes home and floats in just low. Owen Geis with a good spot there, but doesn't get the call, so he's behind 2-0. Wooldridge 0 for 1 with a ground out to shortstop. 2-0, grounded right side and foul. Owen Geis works out of the windup. 2-1, taken for a strike. Nice sinker on the inside corner. Count evens now 2-2 to Wooldridge. Dirtbags in a slight shift in the infield. Ground ball right side. Elliott ranges to his right, fields cleanly, and his throw to first is in time. So Elliott has a ground ball hit right to him in the shift. The ground out makes it 1 out and nobody on for the Aggies. Nick Leahy up next, the right-handed hitting second baseman for UC Davis. First pitch roped fouled on the left side. Was out ahead of a breaker. Leahy had the first hit of this ball game. It was an infield single down the third base line in the 2nd inning. Oh, 1. Ground ball over to shortstop. Cadena waits on it, fields cleanly, and his throw to first is in time. So a chopper ground ball there off the bat of Leahy that Cadena puts away. 2 down, nobody on now after Geis gets back-to-back groundouts. Evan Gentile, the catcher for UC Davis, is up next. Right on right matchup as Geis comes home with a slider at the knees for strike 1. Checked his swing as a slider missed low there. So the count is even at 1s. UC Davis down near the bottom of the conference, tied, or near Long Beach, not tied, but UC Davis is 9th in the conference in batting average. 1-1 taken for a strike. The Aggies have hit .250 as a team coming into tonight. Long Beach dead last in the Big West at .237. One-two slider grounded up the middle. Elliott gives a dive, but it gets through into center field. Evan Gentile with a 2-out single as he pulls up to first base. Aggies have themselves a base runner, and Geis can't put him down in order. While UC Davis has Long Beach in the batting average category, the Dirtbags are 9th in the conference in runs scored. Aggies are 10th. Jackson Murphy in the box here, left-handed hitting DH. Runner at first with 2 down as a slider misses outside. Tried to come back and catch the back door, but Geis can't do it. 1-0 count to Murphy. Murphy's first time up, he hit a scolding line drive right back up the middle, and Geis made a nice play to catch it. 1-0 slider, tried to do the same thing there, but missed again. Just off the outside corner. Still a full cloud cover here. The lights are on at Blair Field. Still a bit of natural light around the ballpark, though. 2-0 changeup just off the outside corner. So Geis, after giving up the 2-out single, has fallen behind 3-0 to Jackson Murphy. been a very cloudy day here in Long Beach. It was a bit of a drizzling rain this morning. Now it's 59 degrees with that cloud cover. 3-0 taken for a strike right down the middle. This whole day has felt a bit like that marine layer that never went away. That sort of coolness in the air. 3-1 pitch, line drive into center field. Jackson Murphy with a base hit. Champagne over to get it, trying to go to third. Gentile will get there standing up as the throw goes to second. So back-to-back two-out singles puts runners at the corners for the Aggies against Owen Geis. Couple of hard hit balls tonight for Jackson Murphy. Rolando Garza started to come out of the Dirtbag dugout, then turned around, now turns back around, and he'll give a jog out to the rubber. Full infield converges for the Dirtbags to talk things over. Runners at first and third for UC Davis here in the top of the fourth inning. The Aggies already ahead 1-0, trying to add some more here with a little two-out rally. Rolando Garza, the pitching coach for Long Beach, out there talking things over. Garza is the pitching coach underneath TJ Bruce, as Bruce is the head coach, but Garza makes all of the pitching decisions. There's only one time this season that I've seen TJ Bruce make a visit out to the mound. That was a game at UC Irvine, but Garza usually handles everything on the pitching side of the game. Ryan Lee, the batter here, as the mound visit breaks. Runners at first and third with 2 down for the Aggies. Lee crouched down in the right-handed box. First pitch, sinker, grounded left side, and just foul. That one skipped just past the third base bag. Thought it might have snuck over it, but the call from the home plate umpire, Gary Gilman, is that one was foul. Only a 3-man crew tonight, so the listed third base umpire, David Buck, is positioned up the middle. Wasn't able to make the call himself. Instead, that falls to Gilman behind the plate. Ball did just get foul, but 0-1 pitch, ground ball up the middle. Elliott ranges in, fields at second base. His throw is in time to first. So Easton Elliott makes the play, 4-3 ground out. Strands a couple for UC Davis. 0 runs, 2 hits, 0 errors, and a couple left on for the Aggies. We're going to the bottom of the fourth, still 1-0 UC Davis here on 22 West Radio. Dirtbags coming back up, looking to find some offense. It's been a struggle so far in this series. The Dirtbags had 8 hits as they were shut out yesterday. So through 18 innings in this series, the Dirtbags with only 9 total hits and 0 runs as an offense. Armando Briseño, the right-handed hitting DH in the box, grounds one foul down the left side to begin his plate appearance. Ned Frucci still on the mound. The starter for UC Davis, pitching out of the stretch despite nobody on base. It's 1-0 Aggies as we begin the bottom of the fourth. Briseño takes one now below the knees, so the count is even at ones. It's 2, 3, and 4 due up for Long Beach in the order. Briseño starting the inning with Alex Champagne waiting on deck and Connor Sharpio in the hole. Now Briseño takes a slider down and away for ball 2. Briseño missed some time this season, making his 33rd start. Wasn't too long of a stretch. He taps one up the middle, ranging in the shortstop. Gavea throws to first in time. Nice play by the Aggies shortstop. A softly hit grounder that he had to range in and then throw on the run, but he gets it there in time to beat Briseño. One down, nobody on as Alex Champagne comes up for the Dirtbags. Champagne 0 for 1 tonight. The Dirtbags center fielder is bordering on 2 years straight in the starting lineup. He started 102 consecutive games. It's actually 103 tonight as he takes strike one on a slider. Alex Champagne has been an absolute Iron Man for the Dirtbags. Oh, 1 taken off the outside part. Champagne entered tonight having played 895 and a third consecutive innings. So he'll have a chance to surpass the 900 consecutive innings mark if he finishes out this ball game. Here's a hard hit ground ball over to shortstop, picked on the backhand by Gavea. His throw to first in time. Defensive masterclass being put on so far through the first 2 batters of this bottom of the fourth by Gavea at shortstop. Nice play again to get the speedy Champagne. 2 down, nobody on for the Dirtbags. As Alex Gavea went to the backhand, that ball jumped up on him a bit right at the end. But working low to high, was able to glove it cleanly still. That senior shortstop for UC Davis putting on a show so far in this inning. First pitch to Sharpio taken inside. Connor Sharpio flew out to right field his first time up. One-0, swung on and missed. Big hack there from Sharpio, but he comes up empty. Count 1-1. It's a decent crowd here on this Saturday night, despite the colder weather. Really, it doesn't matter where Long Beach is in the standings. They draw a crowd as Sharpio fouls one back. It was the 17th largest crowd in school history on April 27th as the Dirtbags hosted CSUN. 2,891 fans in attendance for that. 1-2 pitch, taken down in the dirt for ball 2. Long Beach has had a couple other games this season that they've had over 2,000 fans in attendance. On April 22nd at midweek against USC, there were 2,383. Haven't gotten the attendance numbers yet tonight, but could get near there. Pop up into short center field, dead sprint, ranging in on a slide. Wolbert makes the catch. A great inning of defense from the UC Davis Aggies as they make 3 really nice plays on defense to get their pitcher Ned Frucci a 1-2-3 inning. There's a short pop-up off the bat of Sharpio. Didn't look like Wolbert read it great right off the bat as he might have taken a step or 2 back, but then on a dead sprint was able to make up for it. Slid feet first as he made the catch right off the turf, grabbed it out of the air. So we're going to the fifth, 1-0 Aggies still here on 22 West Radio. Moving to the top of the fifth, UC Davis coming back up to bat with a 1-0 lead. It's their first baseman, Houston Kirschkorn, starting off the frame. 8-9-1 due up for the Aggies. Owen Geis still on the mound for Long Beach State. Gives a look in, now goes out of the windup. His first pitch of the inning, a sinker off the outside corner for ball one. Geis has some unique mannerisms on the mound. The sophomore out of Mission Viejo starts with his glove at his belt as he looks in for the pitch call. Once he gets it, he moves quickly as he delivers one outside for ball two. Moves that glove from the belt right up to his face, and in quick succession then goes into the windup, where as he takes the step back onto the rubber, he moves that glove and the ball right back down to his belt. So it's a bouncing action for Geis as he comes home and misses with another one. 3-0 now the count to Hirschkorn. Similarly, Geis with a unique delivery out of the stretch. Right now he's pitching out of the windup, but when there's runners on base, he gives a little pop-up squat after he gets the pitch call. 3-0 missed outside. It's a 4-pitch walk to Houston Hirschkorn to lead off this fifth inning. Hirschkorn, the number 8 hitter in the UC Davis lineup, so now it brings up Alex Govea. Man on first with nobody out. Govea showing bunt. Dirtbags corner infield crashes as he takes one just outside for ball one. Pulled it back on a slider. This is a situation that Govea has found himself in plenty of times this year, batting in the 9 spot. So he shows bunt again, creeping way in. Enright, it's a slash, and he chops one foul. Govea had Enright creeped all the way in. Must have been halfway down the third base line as he then pulled the bunt back and gave a swing, but chopped it foul. Govea has 4 sacrifice bunts this season. That goes for 16th best in the Big West. He's showing bunt again, pulls it back, and takes just down for ball two. Playing some mind games here with Trotter Enright at third base. Enright looks over to the Dirtbag dugout to get instructions. Govea shows bunt early again. Enright creeps into the fringe. He's still showing bunt, pulls it back as that one misses low. It appeared that he was content to actually lay down the bunt that time, but a sinker was down below the knees as he pulled it back. And now the Dirtbags infield plus catcher is going to come together for a mound visit right around Owen Geis. Geis has missed the zone with 7 of his 8 pitches so far in the inning. It was a leadoff walk to Houston Hirschkorn, and then now a 3-1 count to Alex Gavea. Geis trying to get back into the zone here. He's already got 2 walks on the night. Gavea showing bunt early. Enright creeps in. Gavea lays it down, but foul. Ball bounced back behind home plate. So the count is now full to the number 9 batter in the UC Davis order. We'll see if he still has the bunt sign with 2 strikes on him. Hirschkorn, the runner at first base. Gavea not showing bunt early this time. Full count pitch, comes home, and he grounds it foul over towards the Dirtbag dugout. Indeed, was not bunting. 1-0 Aggies, a man on first and nobody out here in the top of the 5th inning. Geis gives his pop-up squat. Here's another payoff pitch. Runner goes, it's just tapped foul. Connor Stewart was popping out of the squat, and that foul ball might have caught a piece of him in an unpadded place. He's looking down at his right leg and walking a bit gingerly. Home plate umpire Gary Gilman stepped out in front of home plate to toss the ball out to Geis and give the catcher a chance to reset. Houston Hirschkorn was running with the pitch. Will have to retreat back to first after the foul ball. Long plate appearance here for Gavea, the shortstop for the Aggies. Another full count pitch taken outside. The runner was moving again, but it's not going to matter as Gavea draws a walk. Long plate appearance there, and a nice job to set the table for the top of the order. The 8 and 9 spots both walk for UC Davis, and now the leadoff man Tyler Howard is coming up with 2 runners on and nobody out. Howard delivered the last time he was up with a man in scoring position. His RBI single in the 3rd inning accounts for the only run of the ball game for either team. And now Howard is showing bunt early. Pitch comes home. Howard tried to bunt it, but looked like he just caught a piece of it. It's a foul ball right by home plate. Ball came off of him and caught a piece of Stewart. Both corner infielders pulled in for the Dirtbags. Bunt being shown early again here by Howard. Sharpio and Enright both probably 5 steps in front of the fringe, and now Geis steps off the back of the mound. This would be another good time to slash if UC Davis wants to keep that in their arsenal. Cadena, the shortstop, way over by the 3rd base bag. He's slashing, and he ropes one down the 3rd base line and foul. Play is called dead by the home plate umpire Gary Gilman, and UC Davis does not agree with the call. The Aggies fans that are here over on their side of the dugout, as well as everybody in that UC Davis dugout, cannot believe the call. This is again the same situation I mentioned earlier in the broadcast. The listed 3rd base umpire David Buck, the crew chief, is currently up the middle because it's only a 3-man umpiring crew. So with Buck up the middle, those 3rd base line foul calls go to Gary Gilman. 0-2 pitch, slider swung on and missed. Owen Geis has his 3rd strikeout. Might have lucked out with the call there, but nonetheless, Geis picks up the punch out, big one. First out of the inning as the runners remain at 1st and 2nd. No replay review capacity at my fingertips, but I would love to watch back that ground ball down the 3rd base line. Obviously very tough to tell from the broadcast booth. Don't have the angle, but sure looked close and like it might have got over the base to me. First pitch tapped foul off the bat of Mark Wolbert. I think it caught a piece of Stewart again, so he's getting beat up behind the dish here in this inning. Shaking out the left foot this time. Wolbert 0 for 2 tonight. A fly out and a ground out. Right on left matchup. 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Nice breaking ball dove below the bat of Wolbert, and Geis is ahead 0-2. Cadena holding on the runner at second. 0-2 pitch, fouled off. Back behind home plate, it goes into the netting and careens down to the ground. Fastball up at the letters that Wolbert fought off. First and second with 1 out. Already a 1-0 Aggies lead. 0-2 pitch taken just outside. Nice job by Wolbert to lay off of a changeup. Geis looks back to second. The 1-2 pitch floated away outside. That one might have slipped out of the hand of Geis there. Uncompetitive pitch goes for ball 2. Nathan Cadena at shortstop. Dogging the runner, now backs up straight behind the bags. It's popped up into short center field. Alex Champagne ranges to his left, is underneath it, now makes the catch. Medium depth as the runner from second is going to tag up. No throw to third base as Cadena cuts it off and puts it in his pocket. So Hirschkorn tags up from second and moves up 90 feet. The runner at first base, Gavea, stayed put. So it's runners now at the corners with 2 outs for Braden Woldridge. TJ Bruce running through a set of signs now on the top step of the Dirtbag dugout. It's a first and third situation, so usually that set of signs will determine whether the Dirtbags plan to throw through to second base if the runner at first goes. Gavea 0 for 1 on stolen base attempts this year. Woldridge with that open stance. First pitch changeup floats outside for ball 1. Stands up tall with the hands down at the letters. 1-0, popped up and out of play behind home plate. Had him out of time with the slider there. Can see some jackets starting to go on around Blair Field. The natural light beginning to diminish as the temperature at least has felt like it's gone down a couple of ticks. Runners at the corners, 2 down. 1-1 pitch from Geis, a changeup that just missed the outside corner. Nice take by Woldridge, makes the count 2-1. Gavea, the runner at first. 2-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Nice breaker from Geis, barreling down and in. Gets Woldridge to swing over it. So with Gavea at first and Hirschkorn at third, it's a 2-2 count now. Deuce is wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 2 runners on. The pitch from Geis, changeup missed outside. So the count is full now to Woldridge, and the runner at first, Gavea, will get to move with the pitch. Woldridge 0 for 2 tonight with a couple of groundouts. Looking for a big hit right here. Full count. Runner goes. Pitch comes home. Slider lifted out into right field. Ashworth back just in front of the track. Throws on the brakes and makes the catch. Owen Geis gets the fly out to end the inning. UC Davis No runs, no hits, 0 errors, but 2 stranded as we're going to the bottom of the 5th. Still 1-0 Aggies here on 22 West Radio. One nothing Aggies as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Dirtbags still trying to get the offense kicked into gear. Matt Toomey will try to get things started to lead off this inning. Toomey had 3 hits last night, but still looking for his first one here. Toomey struck out looking his first time up. It's a matchup of a couple of teams in solid colored jerseys tonight. Dirtbags in black, UC Davis in navy blue. Toomey lifts one foul down the left side to get his at-bat started. Not exactly what any uniform connoisseurs would call a great matchup tonight. Both these teams leaning into not much color popping in either of these uniforms. A 1 taken low for ball 1. The Aggies do have a little splash of color. The numbers in the bottom corner on the front of their jerseys and on their backs are that slate gold secondary color for the Aggies. 1-1 line drive, right center gap. That's going to get down, and it'll go to the wall. Matt Toomey rounds first as the ball keeps rolling. He's going to round second and try for third. The relay is coming. The relay is there. It gets by the third baseman, and Toomey slides in head first with a triple. The throw was there in plenty of time, but could not be handled by Lee. Went right past his leather, and Toomey is in there with a leadoff triple to start this 5th inning. Oh boy, that throw would have been there in plenty of time, but was just a bit high on the relay. Lee could not catch it at third and get down the tag. It was a nice job by Gentile, the catcher, to be there backing it up. Or it was Frucci that was there. The pitcher stabbed it on the backhand. Otherwise, Toomey might have had a chance to score. Nathan Cadena in the box now, swings and misses at the first pitch. Man on third with nobody out after a leadoff triple from Matt Toomey. It's Toomey's second triple of the season. 0-1, chopper left side, foul. Nathan Cadena trying to do a job here and get this game tied for the Dirtbags. The corner infield is pulled in for UC Davis. Lee at third base and Hirschkorn at first. Cadena widens his stance and pops one up right side. This is short center field, probably not deep enough. Ranging in, Howard makes the catch, and his throw home will keep Matt Toomey at third base. So a shallow pop out for Nathan Cadena into right field keeps Toomey down at third base with 1 out now in the inning. Easton Elliott coming up now as the Aggies are going to bring the full infield in. With 0 outs, they had the middle infield playing back, but now they're in all the way across. Elliott 0 for 1 tonight with a ground out to third. Infield in with a man at third and 1 out. First pitch to Elliott, cut on and missed. Gentile behind the plate as he caught it, gave a little threat of a pump fake. I wouldn't even call it a full pump fake, just flinched behind the plate at Toomey. Trying to make him scramble back to the base. 0-1 count to Easton Elliott. Pitch comes home, chopper right side, fielded on the backhand by the first baseman. Throw home, goes to the backstop. Toomey slides in head first, and Elliott is going to round first base and slide into second, feet first. Easton Elliott got a chopper on the ground for the Dirtbags to get the ball in play, and a good thing happens. Ranging in, Hirschkorn fielded the ball on the backhand, tried to throw on the run. Looked like there was time to get Toomey, but his throw sailed past the catcher, Gentile, to the backstop. So UC Davis with a couple of defensive opportunities to capitalize. I wouldn't call them full-blown mistakes, but on the leadoff triple for Toomey, the relay, if it was accurate, would have been there in time to get him. And then the same thing there on a ground ball to first. Hirschkorn could not get that ball there accurately to home plate. So this game is now tied 1-1 after the Dirtbags are able to scratch across a run finally for the first time in the series. Easton Elliott now at second base with 1 out and a 1-1 score. Connor Stewart in the box, right on right matchup for the Dirtbag catcher. First pitch comes home, he shows bunt, pops up the bunt, but it lands on the third base side. Fielded by the pitcher, and there's not going to be a throw to first. Frucci might have been better set to let that one go and potentially roll foul. But the bunt off the bat of Stewart popped up in the air at first, was able to land on the grass. And then as it was rolling over towards the chalk, looked to me like it was on an angle that it might have gotten foul, but Frucci picked it up despite the fact there was not a play at first. Now we've got a slight delay here. Looks like there's a trainer out of the Dirtbag dugout talking with Easton Elliott at third base. The athletic trainer for Long Beach, Ian Baldwin. And now TJ Bruce is going to waltz his way out of the dugout to have a talk with his second baseman. It's going to be runners at the corners with 1 out for the Dirtbags. Trotter Enright coming up with the chance to give Long Beach the lead. Elliott now gave a little jog down the third base line into the grass, trying to test it out. Looks like it might be his left leg that he's favoring. He's looking down to the ground. Doesn't look like an overwhelmingly positive conversation. Now he's going to give another run, and he's limping bad. Elliott looks like he's hurting. Now TJ Bruce is gesturing to the dugout. They're going to have to bring in a pinch runner. So Jake Evans is going to come off the bench and pinch run at third base as Easton Elliott leaves with an injury. He's got his helmet off and his head down as he walks back to the dugout. Unfortunate look there for the infielder. Jake Evans comes into the game to pinch run at third. As the bunt got down, Elliott moved up from second base to third base. There wasn't a play at third, so he must have just tweaked that left leg as he was running to third base. He did slide in feet first to second when he moved up there. Didn't look like that was where the injury happened, but nonetheless, Easton Elliott will head off for a pinch runner due to an injury. Trotter Enright, the batter for the Dirtbags, is play just about to resume. Already 1 run so far in the inning for Long Beach. Now they've got a chance to take their first lead of the series. Right on left matchup, runners at the corners and 1 down. Ground ball through the left side, an RBI base hit for Trotter Enright. Connor Stewart will pull into second base, and Enright will stay at first. An RBI single has given the Dirtbags a 2-1 lead. Got a fastball on the outside part just took it right where it was pitched. A ground ball past where the shortstop would typically be, but Gavea was in a bit of a shift over towards the second base bag. Ground ball placed nicely by Trotter Enright, and the number 9 batter in the Dirtbag order delivers. Runners at first and second now for Kyle Ashworth, the Dirtbags leadoff man. First pitch comes in and misses low for ball 1. The Dirtbags have struggled offensively so far this series until this inning. They had gone 19 consecutive scoreless innings as an offense, but now they've got 2 so far in this bottom of the 5th. 1-0 pitch missed inside, so Ashworth is ahead 2-0. And now before the 2-0 pitch, UC Davis is going to call for a mound visit. So the Aggies now congregate on the mound. Kyle Ashworth 1 for 2 so far tonight, a single in the first inning to lead off the bottom of the first, and then a ground out to third in the third inning for Ashworth. Runners on base for Long Beach is Connor Stewart, the catcher, at second base, Trotter Enright, the third baseman, at first. Stewart, not exactly a burner, but runs decently well for a catcher. And then Enright at first base has the limber legs and quickness of a true freshman. The corner infielders are both pulled in for the Aggies. They appear to be playing the bunt. Kyle Ashworth hasn't shown it through the first 2 pitches. It's a 2-0 count. Frucci comes downhill, line drive into center field, an atom ball. Wolbert makes the catch, and the runners will have to stay put. Decent velocity off the bat there for Kyle Ashworth, but it's right at the UC Davis center fielder. So 2 outs now in the inning, runners still at first and second. Armando Briseño will come up now as the Dirtbags look to add some more. It's 2-1 Long Beach. Both those runs have scored in this inning. Frucci comes downhill, missed inside with the first pitch to Briseño. Bad swing and a miss there for Briseño. Chopped right over the top of a slider that was barreling down and away. One count, runners at first and second and 2 down. Right on right matchup. Frucci comes home with the 1-1 pitch and missed down and away. 2-1 count to the Dirtbags DH. Briseño second on the team with 5 home runs this season. 2-1, breaking ball missed inside. Briseño turned with it, almost got hit, but instead the count is 3-1. Three-one count to Briseño. Fouled straight back. Got a fastball there, but Briseño can't get it fair. The count is now full. Runners will be on the move from first base and second base for Briseño. Good chance here for the Dirtbags. A base hit likely scores Stewart from second as he'll be running with the pitch. Frucci sets. Payoff pitch, swung on and missed. Frucci gets the strikeout to get out of the inning, but for the Dirtbags, 2 runs on 3 hits and 1 error. Couple left on, but they plate 2 as we go to the 6th inning. It's 2-1 Dirtbags here on 22 West Radio. Top of the 6th inning after the Dirtbags take the lead. First pitch swung on and missed by Nick Leahy. It's still Owen Geis on the mound for the Dirtbags. Long Beach now ahead 2-1 after plating their first 2 runs of the series in the bottom of the 5th. It's a big game here tonight for the Dirtbags to try and split the first 2 of this series. Line drive right back to Geis. It's the second time he's done that tonight. Line drive right back through the box, and Geis stabs it out of thin air. A heck of a play, and Geis has shown that focus 2 separate times tonight. A hard hit ball goes for the first out. Nick Leahy has got to go back to the dugout and commiserate with his teammate Jackson Murphy on 2 hard hit balls that turned into outs for both of them. Geis has robbed a couple of hits tonight with line drives back up the middle. 1 down, nobody on for Evan Gentile. First pitch taken for a strike on the inside corner. Nice pitch there. 0-1, slider missed outside. This is a matchup between a couple of teams that are on the outside looking in from the Big West tournament. UC Davis in 7th place in the conference, Long Beach in 8th. 1-1 slider, tapped foul. As it stands right now, heading into the day, UC Irvine is the 1 seed in the Big West. Cal Poly is 2. Cal State Fullerton 3rd. UC San Diego and UC Santa Barbara round out the top 5 seeds. If the season ended today, those would be the 5 teams playing in the tournament. Here's one lifted out into medium range center field. Champagne gets there and makes the catch. So a fly out makes it 2 down and nobody on. UC Santa Barbara certainly has not wrapped up that 5th seed though. They were picked to win the conference in the preseason coaches poll, but have not quite had the success they were expected to have. The Gauchos 13-12 in conference play, with Hawaii at 12-12 right behind them. 2 down, nobody on for Jackson Murphy. First pitch from Geis taken low for ball 1. Jackson Murphy is the other victim of a line out right back to Geis tonight. One-0 changeup missed outside. With Hawaii being 12-12 in conference play, there's a bit of a gap between that 6th seed and the 7 for UC Davis as Murphy fouls one off. Hawaii 12-12, UC Davis 9-13. And then there's Long Beach in 8th place at 10-15. 2-1 pitch, checked swing and went around. So that'll go as a swing and a miss. Murphy fooled badly there. Geis waits, now gets his pitch call. 2-2 pitch, fouled off. Ground ball down the right side. The Dirtbags are not quite mathematically eliminated yet, but looking unlikely that they're going to get to play in the Big West tournament. They're 3.5 games back with only 1 more series after this one. Here's a line drive right center gap. Murphy put a charge into that one. It goes back and it's going to bounce to the wall on a couple of hops. Murphy rounds first and will pull into second, standing up with a 2-out double. He's hit a few balls hard tonight. His second hit of the game goes for a double here. Even his one time he was out was that line drive right back to Geis. So for Jackson Murphy, all 3 trips to the plate have been hard hit balls. He's rewarded with a double now, and Ryan Lee will come up with a man in scoring position. The Dirtbags are playing obviously tonight against UC Davis. This series will wrap up tomorrow. First pitch from Geis to Lee missed outside. After that, the Dirtbags will be playing still here against UCLA in the second half of a split home and away midweek series. And then the Dirtbags will hit the road for their final Big West series of the year. down in UC Riverside next weekend. 1-0 pitch from Geis, swung on and missed. That final Big West series won't do it for the schedule, as Long Beach will then head back home, get a chance to regroup. After the UC Riverside series, they'll be playing against Cal Baptist, still in Riverside, on Tuesday, May 13th. 1-1 pitch taken high. After that Cal Baptist game, they'll head up to Oregon for a Thursday, Friday, Saturday series against Oregon State. The Beavers, one of the top college baseball teams in the nation, so the Dirtbags will have a nice little challenge to finish the year. 2-1, swung on and missed. Missed a slider by quite a bit there. Ryan Lee was fooled. So it's a 2-2 count, runner at second with 2 outs in the inning. Dirtbags ahead 2-1. Geis comes downhill. Slider bounces in, but a nice block by Stewart will keep the runner at second. It's a full count now to Ryan Lee. First base is open with Houston Hirschkorn waiting on deck. Geis gives his pop-up squat, looking to get out of the inning here. Payoff pitch from the sophomore right-hander, swung on and missed. A nice slider on the outside corner, and Geis lets out a roar straight up to the heavens. Geis with his 4th strikeout of the night, strands a runner at second. No run, 1 hit, 0 errors, and 1 left on for the Aggies. We're going to the bottom of the 6th, still 2-1 Dirtbags here on 22 West Radio. Bottom of the 6th inning, Long Beach already ahead 2-1 and looking for some insurance now. Took them 20 innings to score their first runs of the series, but they put up a 2 spot in the bottom of the 5th to take this lead. Alex Champagne is leading off the inning for the Dirtbags. It's 3, 4, and 5 due up. Before Champagne's at bat, looked like there was a bit of a conversation going on between Connor Sharpio on deck and home plate umpire Gary Gilman. First pitch taken for a ball by Champagne. Gilman looked like he was asking Sharpio to potentially change where he was standing, or something that you don't typically see before the first pitch of the inning is thrown. Didn't look like a particularly friendly conversation, but everybody appears okay. Next pitch was taken by Champagne, and it went to the backstop. So it's a 2-0 count to the Dirtbags center fielder. Takes another one. This time it's a strike. Fastball in the inside corner. Champagne entered tonight with a .268 batting average. He's 0 for 2 with a couple of groundouts. 2-1 taken inside, so the count is now 3-1. Champagne will be playing his final game at this Blair Field home field tomorrow. 3-1 lifted out into center field, playable, ranging over to his right. Wolbert makes the play. So Champaign put a decent swing on that one, but flies out to center for the first out. Connor Sharpio comes up now. Sharpio's 0 for 2 tonight with a couple of flyouts. Sharpio, another one of the seniors who will be playing his last game at Blair Field tomorrow as he takes a strike to begin the at-bat. Sharpio is a second-year Dirtbag. Transferred in out of junior college before last spring as he takes one outside. Led the Dirtbags in hitting in his first year here. Last season he batted .314. Hasn't quite had the same success this year. Still batting cleanup tonight and has continued to hit in power spots in the order, but Sharpio batting just .225 coming in. Now he ropes one fouled on the third base side. Two-one count. One out, nobody on. Pitch comes home and it's fouled back. So the count is even at 2-2. It is a brisk air here at Blair Field tonight. Counterintuitive to that fact, as the pitch is taken outside by Sharpio. Just saw a dad walking down the tunnel to the concessions with 4 kids following him. Sandals and shorts. It's a tougher skin than I've got. 2-2 pitch, line drive into short right field, but it's an atom ball again. Howard ranges in and makes the catch before Sharpio even has time to drop his bat. So he pinwheels around and will head back to the dugout, still holding his bat by the barrel. 2 down, nobody on for the Dirtbags. Southern California weather really is an interesting thing because, especially here in Long Beach, it does get deceptively chilly. Anybody listening in cold weather climates probably thinks that's ridiculous. Toomey takes one at the knees for a strike. Just a couple of minutes from the beach, there's a marine layer that can set in and keep things chilly here. That's the kind of moisture that's been in the air throughout today. 0-1 goes to the backstop, slipped out of the hand there. Typically, even when it is cold by Southern California, Long Beach standards, there are certainly still some people that can tough it out. Never gets into true cold territories. 1-1 taken for a strike. Cold down here usually signals if it gets below 60. That's where we started tonight, was a 59-degree first pitch. One-two pitch to Toomey, swung on and missed. It's the 4th punch out of the game for Ned Frucci, and he puts the Dirtbags down in order in the 6th. We're going to the 7th, 2/3 of the way home, 2-1 Dirtbags here on 22 West Radio. The Dirtbags are going to the bullpen to begin the 7th inning. It's their right-handed reliever, Josh Donegan, coming on now for Long Beach. We can set the final line for the starter tonight, Owen Geis. He goes 6 innings, gives up 6 hits, 1 unearned run, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts with 104 pitches for Geis. Houston Hirschkorn, the first batter, checks his swing as that one misses low from Donegan. Donegan is a sophomore right-hander, began as the Saturday night starter for the Dirtbags at the very beginning of the season. 1-0 pitch, swung on and missed. Nice breaker there. Donegan missed some time due to an injury in the middle part of the season, and since returning has pitched mostly out of the bullpen. Hasn't been extended back out to the starting pitching bulk build-up. So pitching more in short stints now. 1-1, another slider, another swing and a miss. That slider for Donegan is really a good pitch when it's working. He's only a sophomore, and certainly if he sticks around, could be a guy that takes a big role heading into next year. 1-2 pitch, grounded left side. Cadena ranges at the backhand in the hole. His throw on the run will bounce over and not be in time to get Hirschkorn. Cadena, not a natural shortstop, playing there. Give a good effort at that one, but really wasn't a play. It's the 3rd infield single of the night for UC Davis as Hirschkorn is on first with nobody out. Alex Gavea comes up now. He walked his last time up there after a long saga that included a couple of slashes that were foul balls, and then a full count eventually worked as he was showing bunt. He's showing bunt again now. Jake Evans creeping in from third base. Bunt goes down the first base line, but it just rolls foul. This is the 2nd inning now that Jake Evans has been at third base for the Dirtbags after he pinch ran for Easton Elliott after the injury on base in the 5th. Evans entered into third base with Trotter Enright moving to second. Gavea showing bunt early again. Donegan comes downhill. He bunts it fair this time down the right side. Donegan fumbled it, picks it up, and throws to first just in time. Dangerous there as Donegan lost the ball the first time that he got there, but able to recover and make the play. Successful sacrifice for Alex Gavea. Moves the runner up to second base. Top of the order now coming up for the Aggies with a man in scoring position and 1 out. Nice game so far for Gavea, the shortstop for UC Davis. He's 1 for 1 with a walk, a single, and a sacrifice bunt now. Howard lays one down the third base side. Evans ranges in. His throw to first is in time. Tyler Howard there was bunting for a hit. Drag bunt down the third base line. Came off the bat just hard enough for Jake Evans to field, gather himself, and then throw to first in time. So the runner moves up again. It'll be scored as a sacrifice bunt, back-to-back for UC Davis, but that one was going for a hit. Mark Wolbert steps into the left-handed box now, man on third and 2 down. Right on the left matchup now, first lefty that Donegan has had to face. First pitch slider roped into right field. Ashworth ranges back just in front of the track. He makes the catch. A hard hit ball off the bat of Mark Wolbert, but it had some topspin and just got right down into Ashworth's glove. If that ball had a bit more underneath it or a bit of backspin, it might have left. Certainly had the exit velocity, but the Dirtbags able to keep it in the yard. 2-1 the score as the fans at Blair Field will stretch. We're going to the bottom of the 7th inning. 2-1 Dirtbags here on 22 West Radio. after the Dirtbags went to their bullpen to begin the top of the 7th inning. UC Davis is doing the same in the bottom half. Nathan Cadena will be leading things off for the Dirtbags against Noel Valdez. Valdez, the reliever for UC Davis, pitching in his 17th game of the year. 11 of those have been starts. He's totaled 62 and a third innings, so it's a big workload for Valdez, but he's pitching in relief tonight. First pitch breaking ball roped foul off the bat of Cadena. For Valdez, through those 16 games, he has a 3.9 ERA. So a solid body of work for him, but he's pitching out of the bullpen here tonight. He works out of the windup, 0-1, fouled straight back. Can set the final line for the UC Davis starter tonight. Ned Frucci went 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 of them earned, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, and 89 pitches for the UC Davis starter. 0-2 to Cadena, bounces in there. Count now 1-2. It's 6, 7, and 8 in the Long Beach order here in the 7th inning. 1-2, swung on and missed. A breaking ball, a lot of vertical movement dropping down there right underneath the bat of Nathan Cadena. So the first batter that Valdez faces in relief goes for a strikeout. And now Jake Evans will come up for the first time tonight. First pitch lifted out into center field. Decent charge put into it. Back at the wall. Wolbert leaps, and it's gone. Jake Evans, the true freshman, with his 2nd home run. Evans, dead center field, put a charge into it and leaves the yard to give the Dirtbags a 3-1 lead. That is grown man strength from Jake Evans. The true freshman to dead center field leaves the yard. Just last weekend against CSUN, Evans hit his first collegiate home run, banged that one off the left field foul pole, but that home run right there was very legitimate. Dead center field. A great swing by Evans as he leaves the yard to give the Dirtbags a 3-1 lead. Connor Stewart in the box now, hard ground ball up the middle and through. A base hit on the first pitch that Connor Stewart sees from Valdez. And the Dirtbags have back-to-back hits, man on first with 1 out. So for Jake Evans, after he came off the bench in last night's 15-inning marathon, 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts. Did not get the start tonight, instead headed to the bench. Has to come on in relief again after Easton Elliott sustained an injury on the bases. And after Evans plays a couple of innings of defense, finally gets up there for the first time and takes advantage. A home run to dead center field. First pitch swung on and missed by Trotter Enright. 3-1 lead for the Dirtbags with a man at first and 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. 0-1, taken low. Dirtbags with 6 hits tonight. 3 runs to show for it. 1-1 pitch, chopped foul. Trotter Enright has had a pretty good game out of the 9 spot in the order. He walked his first time up, and then in the 5th delivered an RBI single. Trying to keep that big night going here. Connor Stewart leads off of first base. 1-2 pitch from Noel Valdez, missed low. Now a pickoff throw to first, but Stewart dives back in. ranged a bit off the bag there, but able to scramble back. Two, fouled off, tipped it right off the catcher's mask. So the top of the order looms on deck. Kyle Ashworth 1 for 3 as he waits in the on-deck circle. Trotter Enright trying to reach base for the 3rd time tonight. Dirtbags ahead 3-1 off the solo home run here in this inning from Jake Evans. Runner goes, Enright lifts it foul and out of play down the 3rd base line. Connor Stewart was moving with the pitch. Stewart with only 1 stolen base this year on 2 attempts. But looked like he got a jump on that one. Unfortunately for him, he'll head back to first after the foul ball. 2-2 count to the true freshman. Pitch from Valdez, fouled off again. Nice battle forming here for Trotter Enright. TJ Bruce leaped out of the dugout and snagged that one off 1 bounce from the screen. Showing off his former Dirtbag infielder's characteristics. Another 2-2. Taken, and it goes to the backstop. Curveball was low and got by the catcher, Gentile. So Connor Stewart will get to advance those 90 feet for free this time. And the count is now full to Trotter Enright. First base now open with a full count to the Dirtbags second baseman. Payoff pitch, lifted out into right field, ranging over into the gap. Howard on a dead sprint, he's looking up, and he can't get there. That ball rolls to the wall. Stewart gets the run. He's gonna come around and score. Trotter Enright is into second base with an RBI double, his 2nd RBI of the night, as Enright has reached all 3 times to the plate. Dirtbags ahead 4-1. Stewart hesitated at second base there, was waiting to make sure that ball got down. Led to an awkward turn around third base as he did get the wave, but didn't really have much of a banana sort of route like you'd typically see. But Stewart still got home without any play. And now Kyle Ashworth steps in with the Dirtbags ahead by 3 runs. Man at second, still 1 out. First pitch in for a strike. Fastball at the knees to Ashworth. Ashworth singled to lead off the bottom of the 1st inning, but has been retired both times up since. Ground out and a line out. 0-1 pitch, lined out into left field, but this will be playable for Wooldridge. He ranges over towards the line and makes the catch. Enright retreats to second base. Now 2 outs in the inning. Armando Briseño steps in now, trying to make this a crooked number for the Dirtbags. They've already got 2 runs in the inning. Man at second with 2 out, right on right matchup. Valdez comes downhill and gets a whiff. Breaker there that Briseño was early on. Noah Valdez in his first inning of work, greeted rudely by the Dirtbag offense. They've jumped on him for 3 hits and 2 runs so far in the inning. 0-1 miss inside, a fastball that Briseño had to throw back his midsection to get out of the way of. Gave the hands up high as he ducked back, the Matt Kemp trademarked move to get out of the way of the fastball. 1-1, breaker swung over the top of Briseño with another swing and a miss, and the count is now 1-2. It's a good breaking ball for Noah Valdez. A lot of up and down movement. He's got that 12-6 action. One, two. Roped left side, and it'll just get foul. Briseño got another breaking ball. He was out ahead of it, but still got good barrel on it. Enright walks his way back to second base as Armando Briseño will dig back in with a 1-2 count. Valdez trying to get out of the inning. His 1-2 pitch fouled off right side this time. Off the netting in front of the Troy and Danielle Tulowitzki batting facility. Another 1-2. This time it's swung on and missed in the dirt. So Gentile will have to throw down to first. He does so successfully. Armando Briseño strikes out to end the inning. Dirtbags, though, with 2 runs, 3 hits, 0 errors, and 1 left on. Jake Evans with a solo homer, and then Trotter Enright with an RBI double. A couple of true freshmen coming through on the offensive side for the Dirtbags. We go to the 8th inning, 4-1 Long Beach here on 22 West Radio. Josh Donegan back out for his second inning of work as we go to the 8th. Dirtbags ahead 4-1. UC Davis trying to rally. It's the Aggies that got the best of the first game of this series last night. It's a 15-inning pitching duel. UC Davis won that one 1-0. A home run from their second baseman, Nick Leahy, was the only run in that game. First pitch taken low for a ball by Braden Woldridge. These are a couple of offenses that are near the bottom of the Big West in most categories. 1-0. Fastball just missed inside. Not by much, but count is now 2-0 to Woldridge. Takes one inside again. So Josh Donegan has fallen behind 3-0 to the Aggies leadoff man. Can look around the rest of the Big West. A couple of games have gone final so far tonight. First, the 3-0 pitch, taken for a strike. UC San Diego beat UC Irvine 4-0. That's in Irvine as well, so a nice upset win for the Tritons. UC Irvine, the #1 seed in the conference. 3-1, taken outside. So it's a 5-pitch walk for Braden Woldridge. He's a leadoff base runner for the Aggies. The other game that's gone final, UC Riverside beats CSUN. It's a battle between the two teams at the bottom of the conference. We just got the attendance number up here in the press box for tonight, 1,825. Crowd has thinned out just a bit as this night's gone on. First pitch now taken by Nick Leahy for strike one. Right on right matchup for Josh Donegan after the leadoff walk. His 0-1 pitch swung on and missed. Awkward whiff there for Leahy. He's going to step out of the home plate circle to reset himself. (0-2) count. Donegan looking to put him away. We'll see if he goes to that slider. 0-2 slider swung on and missed. So 3-pitch strikeout for Josh Donegan. Nice way to come back after the leadoff walk. Leahy goes down swinging. Evan Gentile steps in now, the catcher for the Aggies. He's 1 for 3 tonight. Had a single in the 4th inning. Man on first with 1 down. Dirtbags ahead 4-1 here in the top of the 8th as Gentile takes a slider for strike 1. Oh, 1 swung on and missed. Buzzed the fastball right by him. Good life on that one from Donegan, and he's ahead 0-2 again. Gentile with his back foot on the back chalk. 0-2 missed high, elevated with a fastball there. Josh Donegan is through an inning and a third. This next pitch will be his 20th. One, two, missed low. Donegan entered this game with a 7.22 ERA this season. That was through 10 appearances. So while he was dealing with the injury as well as some struggles on the mound, 2-2 fouled back. That's when he's been moved to this relief role. Donegan certainly has the stuff to be an impact pitcher for the Dirtbags. Can get the swing and a miss at a good rate. 2-2, popped up and out of play. Donegan listed at 6'1", but he pitches out of a lower arm slot. Helps that fastball play well up at the top of the zone. And then the slider tunnels off of it. 2-2 popped up left side. This is back into the grass. Evans ranging back. Now Cadena underneath it. He makes the catch. Nice job by the Dirtbag shortstop to get out there as Toomey was not going to get there. The left fielder was shaded over in the gap and had a long way to go, but Cadena makes the play. 2 outs now as the runner retreats to first. The Dirtbags are a team that features a lot of sinkers in their pitching staff, but as I was saying, Donegan out of that low arm slot plays with his 4-seam at the top of the zone. Slider chopped right off the leg of Jackson Murphy. He's hobbling around as that one caught him right on the instep. Donegan was able to learn this offseason from a guy who does that high ride fastball out of a lower slot very well. Landon Knack, the Dodgers World Series champion starting pitcher, was here this offseason, did his throwing program at Blair Field, and got to work with some Dirtbags, and Donegan was one of those guys. Oh, 1, taken at the knees for strike 2. Oh, 2 pitch, fastball fouled straight back. Might have caught a piece of the umpire, Gary Gilman, as it went by, so Connor Stewart walks out in front of home plate to throw the ball back. It's really hard to predict what any roster will look like past the current year in the new landscape with the transfer portal, but if Josh Donegan is going to be a Dirtbag moving forward, he's only a sophomore this year, so certainly a guy to watch to potentially try to be the ace of the staff next year. 0-2 taken down in the dirt. As we said, the success hasn't quite been there this year, but he's certainly a guy that is trusted beyond those numbers. Had a 3.63 ERA last year as a freshman, and then was the Saturday starter, number 2 guy in the rotation to begin this season. One, 2 taken outside. Count evens 2-2. Of course, in the talk for who's going to be ace of the staff next year, if Kellen Montgomery returns to the Dirtbags, it will certainly be his title. Line drive into short center field. That'll get down for a base hit in front of Champaign. It's a 2-out single for Jackson Murphy. The runner Wooldridge just pulls up into second base, content with 90 feet. Kellen Montgomery has been a star this year for the Dirtbags. He started last night's game, went 7 shutout innings in that eventual 15-inning game. Montgomery, especially over these last month-ish, maybe month and a half, has had some really stellar performances. So, as I said, if Kellen Montgomery returns to the Dirtbags, the ace of the staff title will certainly be his. Montgomery, a junior this year. He's the kind of guy that not only has a chance to potentially transfer, of course, but maybe even could get some looks in the MLB draft. Swing and a miss from Zach Story, who's up there for the first time tonight. Story pinch hitting in this top of the 8th inning. Right-handed hitting infielder. Oh, 1, swung on and missed, went back to the fastball, back-to-back whiffs for Donegan. Oh, 2 pitch, fastball missed outside. Circling back to Kellen Montgomery and the talk of MLB draft, he wouldn't be a guy that's taken early on. He profiles best probably as someone that would be looked at best as a senior late in the draft, so potentially next year. Here's a pop-up within the infield. Donegan over towards the line, called off. Sharpio makes the catch. Lost his hat and had to fight with that one, but finds the leather as it comes down. UC Davis, no runs, 1 hit, 0 errors, and 2 left on. We're going to the bottom of the 8th, 4-1 Dirtbags here on 22 West Radio. bottom of the 8th inning. The Dirtbags will have a chance to add some insurance. Before we go to the 9th, it's Alex Champagne leading things off. 3, 4, and 5 due up in the Long Beach batting order. Back out on the mound is Noah Valdez. As I said, when he entered, a guy that has made starts this year. Actually, most of his appearances are starts, so used to pitching in length. Valdez threw 23 pitches in his first inning of work. His first one into Champagne misses low for ball 1. Can look around the rest of the baseball world. Normally at 8:33 p.m. on a Saturday night would be very typical of me to say the Dodgers are in the 4th inning as Champagne takes a strike. That becomes atypical when you consider the fact that the game is being played in Atlanta. There was a long rain delay that held up the start of the Dodgers and Braves for quite a while. 1-1 pitch swung on and missed. There's that 12-6 curveball. Dodgers are ahead 3-1 in the 4th inning. Shohei Ohtani has homered. That game back east didn't get started till past 10 o'clock local time. Here's a curveball flown out into right field, playable though. Howard camped underneath it, and he makes the catch for the first out. The Dodgers did draft a dirtbag last year. The Long Beach State closer, Mike Villani, got taken in the back part of the draft. Has yet to make his professional debut, but should come later this year with the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. First pitch curveball missed to Connor Sharpio. The Quakes are fairly local over in Rancho Cucamonga for any potential dirtbag fans that might want to head over there and have a chance to see Villani pitch. 1-0 swung on and missed. Big hack there from Connor Sharpio. Actually tipped it into the glove. Got another curveball. That one was in the zone. One bounced in there for ball 2. Been another somewhat frustrating night for Sharpio. He's 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a line out. Especially that last trip up there, line out to right field. Here he hits a soft liner over to shortstop. That's caught by Story. Or Story's at third base, excuse me. At shortstop is still Alex Gavea. Sharpio scolded that ball in the 6th inning out to right field, but right at Howard. This ball wasn't hit quite as hard, but still a line drive at the shortstop. So Sharpio's 0 for 4 now, and Matt Toomey will come up after his triple last time up eventually brought him around to score. Or check that, he struck out his last time up. The triple was in the 5th inning, then he struck out in the 6th. Toomey swings and misses at the first pitch, so he's behind 0-1. Noah Valdez trying to work a clean 8th inning here. 2 outs and nobody on for the Dirtbags. Toomey takes one up and away, so the count evens at 1s. Series finale between these two teams will be coming tomorrow at 1 p.m. We'll be back on the air for that. 1-1 curveball popped way up in the air within the infield. The second baseman underneath it. Leahy looks up and makes the catch. So the Dirtbags go down in order in the 8th. As we go to the 9th inning, it's 4-1 save opportunity for the Dirtbags. They lead by 3 here on 22 West Radio. Aggies have 3 outs left to try and make a comeback. It's 4-1 Dirtbags as Josh Donegan is back out for the 9th inning, looking to pick up his first collegiate save. He's already been on the mound, so even though it is a save situation, he could pick up the 3-inning save. Already been on the mound here. 8-9-1 due up for the Aggies. First pitch from Donegan, a fastball taken for a strike. Houston Hirschkorn leading things off with Alex Gavea on deck, and then the top of the order up after that. The Aggies chasing 3 runs, Dirtbags ahead 4-1. 0-1 from Donegan, taken inside for a ball. It's been a pretty good game for Houston Hirschkorn, the freshman first baseman. 1 for 2, a single and a walk on his line. 1-1 breaker in there for a strike. Nice slider from Donegan, gets a called strike, and he's ahead 1-2. One-two pitch, taken just high. Close one there, but a nice take by Hirschkorn evens the count at 2-2. Dirtbags trying to split the first 2 games of this series and hold on to a win here. 2-2 missed outside badly. So it's a full count now to Hirschkorn. Last thing Josh Donegan or that Dirtbag dugout would want here is a leadoff walk. With UC Davis needing 3 runs, this is the kind of situation. Throw anything but a ball. Payoff pitch, popped up and out of play. So Donegan got that one in the zone, but Hirschkorn fouls it off. Hirschkorn with the 3/4 length socks down the calf. Another full count pitch, fouled off again. Hirschkorn between these last 2 pitches has been massaging his left hand just above his belt line on his back. But it looks to be okay. Another full count pitch, ground ball over to third base. Evans backpedals, fields cleanly. His throw across is low, but dug out by Connor Sharpio. A long hop that the Dirtbag first baseman is able to get out of there. It bounced off the grass, and Sharpio with a nice job to stay low and pick that one out. So Evans throws across a 5-3 put out for the first out of this 9th inning. Alex Gavea comes up now. The shortstop for UC Davis has had a pretty good game to this point. First pitch from Donegan, slider on the outside corner. Beautiful pitch there from Josh Donegan for strike 1. Gavea is 1 for 1. Singled and then came around to score in the 3rd inning, walked in the 5th, and then laid down a sacrifice bunt in the 7th. 0-1, swung on and missed. Missed that one by quite a bit. Gavea chases outside, and he's behind 0-2. One down, nobody on. 4-1 lead for the Dirtbags here in the 9th. 0-2, softly hit line drive, barreling down, and that's going to fall into left field. Alex Gavea got a fastball at the top of the zone. It was actually up and away, and Gavea just yanked it into left field. Was sitting on the heater and got it. So 1 out base hit with 2 strikes. Completes a pretty good night at the plate for Gavea. He's now at first base with 1 out. Tyler Howard coming up for UC Davis. Howard 1 for 3. RBI single in the 3rd inning. A couple of strikeouts and then a sacrifice bunt. First pitch missed outside. That sacrifice bunt for Howard was not intended to be a sacrifice. He bunted for a hit while there was a runner at second. He got thrown out, but Goes in the books as a sacrifice, even though he was trying to bunt for a hit. 1-0, taken down the middle for a strike. Howard looked like he was taking a strike there. Didn't look ready to hit either of the first two pitches. But now it's a 1-1 count. Pitch from Donegan, swung on and missed. Nice location just off the outside part. Count now 1-2. Short lead over at first for Gavea. 1-2 pitch from Donegan, swung on and missed. A slider off the outside corner, gets back-to-back whiffs. Josh Donegan strikes out Howard, his second punch out of his outing. And now UC Davis is down to their final out. Mark Wolbert, the last chance for the Aggies. He's 0 for 4 tonight. Has not reached. Right on left matchup with Josh Donegan looking to complete the save. First pitch, popped up. Evans ranging into foul territory. He sprints, he dives, he made the catch. Jake Evans in foul territory goes to the ground and makes the play to win the game for the Dirtbags. Nice job by the true freshman to get underneath it and make the catch. And the Dirtbags win 4-1, the final score. Jake Evans had already recorded 1 out in the inning. Makes a really nice play in foul territory there to end it. UC Davis leaves 1 stranded in the 9th, and the Dirtbags win it 4-1. The starting pitchers were both the pitchers of record, so Owen Geis picks up the victory. He moves to 5-7, that is, on the season. And then getting the loss for UC Davis is their starter, Ned Frucci. Frucci now 1-4. Josh Donegan gets the save as he throws 3 innings to complete the ball game, and the Dirtbags win it 4-1. So that'll do it for us here. We'll be back on the air tomorrow at 1 p.m. Dirtbags and UC Davis split the first 2 games of this series, and then we'll have a rubber match tomorrow to see who takes it. So I'm Bruce Kuntz, and this has been Long Beach State Dirtbags Baseball on 22 West Radio, streaming live on the 22 West Sports YouTube channel. As I said, we'll be back on the air tomorrow at 1 p.m. We'll be with my usual partner, JD Beaudry, for the series finale. Hope you tune in then, and thanks for listening tonight.